Definitely a wholesome, cozy gaming session for sure. Something to chill out with and relax to. And it definitely appeals to anyone who has a little bit of a sense of adventure and loves the outdoors as well. It's a nice way to kind of go exploring outside without actually setting foot out of your doors.
Anyone who's got an interest in story-driven games, anything with a narrative, anyone that's looking for a low-risk game that doesn't punish you at any point. It's all about exploration and having a nice chill time. Today was about getting people in to show them the game and particularly the accessible features that we've put into the game, both into like the game itself and with the hardware that we have that we take to events. Specifically, we've taken our setup to EGX recently, and we got a really good reception from that. So it's nice to be able to show people kind of the work that we're putting in to make the game as accessible for people as possible.
So I was really excited to be invited to look at the game and the different accessibility options that are available in the game. I am a broken record when it comes to accessibility and the options that games have for accessibility. It is, as someone who has many problems with motion and my hands sometimes, it's a really nice thing to know that there are options available to me if I need them. At the moment, I don't really need them, but the fact that these things are there and available to people is so important to me.
Really, I just wanted to come and check out Pine Hearts and see all of the accessibility work that everyone's been doing in the game. It's a really interesting concept, and you've got a really cool game going on and a lot of really cool options that I wouldn't have thought of myself, that I think will help a lot of people be able to play the game.
Today was about learning about Pine Hearts and learning about how accessibility was put at the front and centre, and also about its mental health themes and messages that come through.
It's been a really great opportunity to have this kind of snapshot and learning a bit more about the game.
It's getting there. It's got a long way to go. It's got a very, very long way to go, but being in environments where you see companies like HLG taking such a positive stance towards including that accessibility in their games from the off is super positive and really important.
I'm fortunate enough that I don't tend to need a lot of accessibility settings. I tend to have a bit of motion sickness in certain games, so motion blur, screen shake and things like that. There's a lot more options to turn those sorts of things off in games than there used to be. But I know that when it comes to having full accessibility options, like I have friends who are dyslexic and have the need for a bit more of accessibility options, there definitely does need to be more done, especially across bigger titles. And it's good that we're at least starting to have more conversations nowadays about these things.
A lot of studios are doing big things in accessibility, but currently that's not translating to things that smaller budget studios are able to easily implement. And I think there needs to be a lot more done to allow it to take part in games at scale, that any studio would be able to implement it rather than just AAA studios.
Because I'm someone who doesn't have any disabilities, and so I don't require a lot of help when playing games. But from kind of my working with other disabled gamers and other people, I know that there's a lot of things that the games industry could be doing, such as normalizing standards and expectations around how accessibility features are implemented and how they're accessed, and a lot more outreach towards people with disabilities to hear about how games could be made more accommodating for them.